So let's look from where we started. So we started by saying, I saw a waterfall. Now, close your eyes and I'm going to read you our new sentence. Ready? I saw a tranquil, majestic waterfall cascading gracefully into a pool of fresh, flowing water. Did you imagine what the waterfall looked like and how it was moving? Did you imagine what it was falling into, what it was cascading into, what that water looked like? So can you see there that we've turned this basic, simple sentence into this wonderful, ambitious sentence, this sentence that creates so much imagery just by adding some adjectives, some adverbs, some verbs, and a prepositional phrase. Things that we already know how to do, but we just need to make sure we make our writing better. We're going to try another one now, but now it's your turn. I have given you a sentence here thinking about what you might taste. So here I've got the sentence, I tasted the acai berries. Now, think about what an acai berry looks like, a picture here. Think about the steps that I took, adding those adjectives, thinking about how it's moving or how it has moved. Think about what it's doing, thinking about any more adjectives or prepositional phrases you could use. Can you have a go at turning this sentence into an ambitious sentence? Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so I tasted the acai berries. So how could we describe these acai berries? Let's create an expanded noun phrase. Or we can look at the acai berry and think, oh, that looks very juicy, very sweet, or very succulent. So we can make the expanded noun phrase by saying, I tasted the sweet, succulent acai berries. Notice the alliteration between sweet and succulent, making that writing flow that much nicer. You might have used some different adjectives to describe your acai berries. You might have said that they were a shade of purple. You might have said they were petite, little, small. You might have said they were sour. So I tasted the sweet, succulent acai berries. Now, what were they doing? Well, acai berries can't move, so let's think about how we got them. So I tasted the sweet, succulent acai berries that I gently plucked. So plucked being my verb, gently being my adverb. So I can see here that there is a tree that these acai berries grow on, and I gently plucked them from this tree. Then we need to think about the prepositional phrase we could use. Where did you pluck them from? Well, this is a palm tree. We could pluck them from the palm tree, but we need to describe that palm tree using another expanded noun phrase. How could we describe a palm tree? We could describe it as big. We could describe it as huge. We could describe it as the tall, towering palm tree. So now we have transformed the sentence, I tasted the acai berries, to I tasted the sweet, succulent acai berries that I gently plucked from the tall, towering palm trees. What do you notice about these words tall and towering? What do they have in common? That's right, they both start with the letter T. And what was that called again? Alliteration. Well done. When the words start with the same letter, that's alliteration, and it helps your writing to read better. So, we've had two examples that we've done together. Now it's your turn. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose one bullet point from each of your paragraphs, well, each of your parts to your senses. So one of these bullet points from each. And then you're going to write a descriptive sentence about it using your ambitious vocabulary, so adjectives, adverbs and verbs, and a prepositional phrase. I have attached two vocabulary banks below in your resource sheet to support you. So my example, you can see here that I've chosen to do see, and I've chosen to talk about the waterfall. And I've used the example that we talked about in class today, and then I've chosen to do taste, and I've used the same example. Remember the process year 4. Choose your sentence. So I saw a toucan, for example. I saw a something something toucan. I saw a something something toucan that was flying in the something. That was aggressively flying. That was rapidly flying. Make sure that you really get your writing to a top standard. I am looking for my best sentences that I'm going to include as my retrieval for my next English lesson after you've handed this work in. So this work will be handed in on Wednesday. So that means on Thursday, I will be including some of your fantastic sentences as a retrieval, just to have a look at and remind ourselves what's good about these sentences and what has this person used. So remember, make sure you're using ambitious vocabulary and really aim high. Okay, your plenary today is, I have a picture of a toucan. How many adjectives can you think of to describe this toucan? And can you think of any verbs to describe what the toucan is doing? Pause the video and have a think. Okay, fantastic listening today, Year 4. Thank you so much for participating in today's lesson. Really looking forward to these ambitious vocabulary sentences that you come up with. Have a fantastic day and I will see you in our next lesson. Bye, Year 4.